Hello, United Kingdom. Thank you for your interest through the mirrors in my life as a sperm donor. I have fathered many hundreds, biological children and grandchildren. My genetic quality is normal as seen by the birth defect rate and by DNA sequencing. All human beings carry a certain number of defective genes. We have two copies of every gene, one from the mother and one from the father. Sometimes if you have a defective gene but the other one works, you don't know you have a defective gene. You are a carrier of a defective gene but you don't have the disease. To have the disease, you have to have two defective genes. In 2024, the Quebec Healthcare does not offer to screen your 25,000 genes for the certain number of defective one. However, if you have a known defective gene, they would offer to check your partner to make sure that you are not both carriers of the same defective gene. There is a long list of genetic disease in Wikipedia. And the bad gene that I carry is not that bad compared to the other genetic disease. Of course, nobody wants any genetic disease. But the one that I carry, you cannot tell when you see a person that it has that disease. I had my DNA sequenced. I do not have any defective dominant gene. I do not have any defective double recessive genes. I do not have any variants that will affect me through my lifetime. After DNA sequencing, I asked for a list of my defective genes, and I asked for an opinion. How does my defective genes compare to the list of defective genes of the average citizen in order to have an opinion of quality as a sperm donor? So far, the healthcare system has not accepted to give me this information. It's not about my health, so it's not clearly in their mandate to give me this information. As long as I do not have more defective genes than other people, it's a good thing that I know which one is my defective gene because it may be tested and the risk eliminated. My birth rate defect is around normal, which is 3.5%. Fertility clinic have added the risk because of freezing and vitro, and they are more at 6% according to New England Journal of Medicine.
One Quebecer on 66 carries that defective gene. This person would have one chance on 2 to pass it on to a child, and I have one chance on 2. So it's 1 over 264 chance that the child would get both defective gene. The probability of birth defect contributed by this specific defective gene would be 0.38%. This 0.38%, you may think it added to my 3.5% risk, but in fact you can test the other person to know if that other person carries the same defective gene. And if the other person does not carry the defective gene, then there is no chance that the child get the 2 defective gene. So testing might allow to go from 3.5 birth defect risk down to 3.12 birth defect risk. That ability to test diminish the birth defect risk.